गिरवारधारी जय वल्लभ यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे राम Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. जब विश्वपाद परमहंस परिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की, जम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की, वृंदावन सठ गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की। प्रेम से कहिए जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, ब्रजभूमि मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की, गंगा माई यमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantika Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Savadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamsya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Himate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah Panchatattvatukam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupakam Bhaktavatāram Bhaktakam Namami Bhakta Saktikam Nityanandam Aham Nami Sarvananda Karamparam Harinam Pradam Devam Avadhuta Shiromani Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurattu Se Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Subhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayesva Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayatim Giri Yat Kripatam Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, verse number 20. So please repeat after me. Māṇḍavya-śāpād bhagavān prajā-saṁyamano yamaḥ bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt Māṇḍavya-śāpād bhagavān prajā-saṁyamano yamaḥ bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt Māṇḍavya-śāpād bhagavān prajā-saṁyamano yamaḥ bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt Māṇḍavya-śāpād bhagavān bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt bhagavān prajā-saṁyamano yamaḥ bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt. Vaishnavis, māṇḍavya-śāpād bhagavān prajā-saṁyamano yamaḥ bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt. māṇḍavya-śāpād bhagavān prajā-saṁyamano yamaḥ bhrātuḥ kṣetre bhujiṣyāyāṁ jātaḥ satyavatī-sutāt. Okay, so now word to word translation. Please repeat after me. Māṇḍavya, the great Rishi Māṇḍavya Muni, śāpāt, by his curse, bhagavān, the greatly powerful, prajā, one who is born, saṁyamanaḥ, controller of death, yamaḥ, known as Yamarāja, bhrātuḥ, of the brother, kṣetre, in the wife, bhujiṣyāyāṁ, kept, jātaḥ, born, satyavati, the mother of both Vicitravīrya and Vyāsadeva, Sutāt, by the son Vyasadeva. So now translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: I know that you are now Vidura due to the cursing of Māṇḍavya Muni, and that formerly you were King Yamarāja, the great controller of living entities. After their death, you were begotten by the son of Satyavati, Vyasadeva, in the kept wife of his brother. Purport: Māṇḍavya Muni was a great sage. The reference is Bhagavatam 1.13.1. And Vidura was formerly the controller Yamarāja, who takes charge of the living entities after death. Birth, maintenance and death are three conditional states of the living entities who are within the material world as the appointed controller after death. Yamarāja once tried Māṇḍavya Muni for his childhood profligacy and ordered him to be pierced with a lance. Māṇḍavya, being angry at Yamarāja for awarding him undue punishment, cursed him to become a Sudra, member of a less intelligent labor class. Thus Yamarāja took birth in the womb of the kept wife of Vicitravīrya from the semen of Vicitravīrya's brother Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the son of Satyavati by the great king Shantanu, the father of Bhishmadev. This mysterious history of Vidura was known to Maitreya Muni because he happened to be a contemporary friend of Vyasadev's. In spite of Vidura's birth from the womb of a kept wife, because he had otherwise high parentage and great connection, he inherited the highest talent of becoming a great devotee of the Lord. To take birth in such a great family is understood to be an advantage for attaining devotional life. Vidura was given this chance due to his previous greatness. So here ends the translation and purport of 3rd canto, 5th chapter, verse 20, in context of Vidura talks with Maitreya. So Hare Krishna, before speaking anything on this subject matter, I seek blessing from all the Vaishnava and all the Mother Vaishnavis present here. Please bless me so that I can speak something for the glorification of Lord and His devotees and for my own purification. Hare Krishna. So as we are seeing this, the talk between Vidura and Maitreya is going on. So yesterday's class also Nitai Chandimaya Prabhu, he explained about how the great parentage. So many times when we see some of the aspect of great parentage, then we become little bit relaxed. Relaxed in the sense that we don't give that much value to that person, because we feel that, oh, he has achieved that much greatness because he had all the facilities, isn't it? So that is the first part we see. But here the second part, very nicely, Maitreya Rishi is explaining that what happened in the previous. So we should not misunderstand Vidura, that okay, now he is thinking about some welfare activities of others. It is actually, it is inherent property of a devotee that he is always seeing others' welfare activity, that how we can do something good about others. But very important that when we have some facilities, when we are in some very good condition, then we think about others' welfare. But what happened to Vidura in the past, so that has been explained here. That Vidura was previously, he was Yamarāja. So very high position, as we know, the 12 Mahajan, one of the Mahajan is Yamarāja. So this is also very high post. And then he is like falling from, not falling in our sense, I am just saying that how he has to leave that post, the post of Yamarāja, and then he has to come to this material world and take birth in the womb of a Sudrani. So Sudra birth is not very good, very palatable, because as we know that if we do something great, in the sense like our pious activities are very high, then we go to the higher planet. And when we fall down here, then we take birth Suchinam Srimatam Gehe, in the family of very opulent aristocrat family or a Brahmana family. Yes, in one aspect that is fulfilled, that he took birth in a very high family, that was the Kuru dynasty with the semen of Vyāsadeva. So very high great parentage, but he was like the son of a maid servant. So not very great attention was paid to him. Even we saw that how he was giving good advice to Dhritarashtra as well as Duryodhana also sometimes. But they relucted, they could not take the good advice from Vidura. And they said him, okay, now we get lost from here. So this was the scenario that how he came over here. So now the question may come that why it has been said over here, what is for me? One thing we can see that how a great responsibility, when we are in a very high position, great responsibility is on us. We cannot escape. Many times we see that, okay, Lord Krishna has said that we have to become Shrestha, yad yad achriti Shrestha tatta devetar jana. But what about the others who are dependent of us or who are subject of us, who are working under us or who are under our guidance? Many times we just neglect them. Okay, you do the thing. That's what we see, that the master and servant, the mood has to be matched. Until unless their mood is matched, they cannot perform the duty very nicely. Why I am saying? Because here Yamarāja or Vidura, I would say, Yamarāja was not directly present at that time when Māṇḍavya Muni was given the punishment. Although at the last moment, the king got the news that Māṇḍavya Rishi is a great Rishi, and by mistake, the other kind of the person who was was allotting this punishment, he gave this punishment of piercing with a lance. So it's a very great punishment. Brahmanas, they are not subject to the judgment or punishment by a king. So immediately king came over there and then he stopped it. But Māṇḍavya Rishi felt this is not good. Why he did with me? So rather he was giving some curse or something to the king. He thought that let me go to the higher authority. Because he may be not taking his responsibility, that's why his subjects are also careless. They don't know what is the rules of judgment, I would say. So Māṇḍavya Rishi immediately went to Yamarāja. And then he asked about this all punishment, that why you gave me this punishment. So yes, as Yamarāja, he explained about all the situation that in the previous life, you pierced an ant with some thorn. So that's why you received this punishment. So he said that time I was a child. I was not aware of all these intricacies of your law of nature. Then why you are giving such punishment? Because when we are unaware, at that time whatever is committed, you should not give punishment. So Māṇḍavya Rishi became a little angry and then he gave a curse. So this is a great lesson as a sadhaka, because we all are a kind of leader in every aspect. In every aspect, why I am saying, because some of you are devotee, you are preaching to someone, many mothers are here, they have to teach to their children. So we are automatically taking the role of a leader or a guru. So as Rishabhdev said, Guru na sasya, janini na sasya. That we have to not take the responsibility. Now if we go to this verse, then we will find that okay, this verse says that until unless you are able to deliver your subjects from the repeated birth and death. Then you may wonder that how this is connected or linked to this verse. The linking process, I would say that yes, we have to deliver them, but if they commit this kind of offenses, I would say, or if they are engaged to this kind of fruitive activities or any act, then they will be implicated to the reactions of those actions. And as here we see that Māṇḍavya Muni immediately gave a curse. So these all the subjects, it's not happening here, but I am just saying that it may happen. Jai Shri Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai. So it may happen that the subjects or those who are working under us, they may get implicated to this cycle of birth and death. And if they are not delivered, then the purpose is not served, that we took the responsibility. Now question may be raised that then why I have to take the responsibility? Some of them, they may try to escape it. That I don't want to take any responsibility. I just want to be with my own, I will just take care of myself. I will just make myself perfect and go back to Godhead. So this is not the mood. Because as we are seeing here, the life of Yamarāja. Yamarāja is in the abode Yamloka, and all these people means sinful devotees, not devotee, the sinful persons, they are going over there for their judgment. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Jai Shri Shri Panchatattva ki. So this Yamarāja, these all sinful people, they are going to him every day, every moment, I would say, every moment they are just heading towards the Yamlok, because especially in Kali Yuga, very less people they are following this spiritual codes perfectly, and they are engaged in devotional service. So this Yamaraj, all the time he is seeing, and at a devotee heart, they are always suhrid. They are always beneficial for all the living entities. So Yamaraj might be thinking, yeah, definitely he is thinking, not might be, definitely he is thinking that how to help them. So he also has a great desire that to deliver all these fallen conditioned souls from this repeated birth and death. But he is not getting any chance. So this was a great opportunity, I would say, that Māṇḍavya Rishi came over here to that place, and he gave a curse so that he could hear Krishna Katha. One more time, a very similar, not similar, a very good time actually came to Yamaraj. That time, this all Yamdutas, they were trying to snatch the soul of Ajamil. So Ajamil, because they saw their rule books that okay, this person is sinful, they have committed, means he has committed so many sinful actions, so I have to take them back to Yamlok. And then they were about to take the soul of Ajamil from his body. And then immediately this Vishnudita appeared. And the whole conversation took place that why he is not the subject of your abode of Yamloka. He is free from all the sinful reactions because he has chanted the holy name of Lord Narayan. So in the history, the first time this incident took place, this all Yamdutas, they become bewildered, and then they immediately marched towards Yamlok and reached to the Yamaraj, and they said that who all are different controllers of giving the judgment. So they started asking so many questions. Then Yamaraj heard very patiently, and then he asked that okay, all the narration, what happened, what took place over there, and then he got a nice opportunity to explain them about the glories of holy name. And Yamaraj, that moment, he explained the glories of the holy name, that how a person, when he is chanting the holy name, he is immediately free from all the reactions of sinful activities what he has performed in his past. They were very shocked that how come this can happen. Yes, this is possible. And that's what, especially in this Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has brought the holy name. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Enechi Osadhi, Nasi, what is that? Enechi Osadhi Maya Nasi Vara Lage, Hari Nama Lao Maya, something like that. Okay, I'm just not recalling. So it is said that the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has brought the holy name for the disease conditioned souls so that they can get free from all these sinful reactions. So they just have to take the holy name and they have to go back to Godhead. Now as we see that okay, there are various further complications that when we are going to save someone, as Yamaraj is trying to save here, all the Baddha Jivas actually. And he himself is getting kind of inflicted with the pain. So some of them, they may think that why I have to take this job? Because I am just trying to do something good to them and they are creating some problem to us. So as I was just searching regarding the thankless task, so I saw that Prabhupada, he explained about two kind of person, those who are doing the thankless task. One we know that, one is Maya Devi. She is doing thankless task. Why? Because she has this job. Because a devotee, he will never see that, okay, the other living entities suffer in this material world. But she has to keep the living entities in this material world. So that is the first one, the thankless task. And the second one is the devotee. Devotees, they are always behind these kind of fallen souls and trying to save them. But when we are going to save them, they are very reluctant. They are saying, no, I don't want to come. So I just found a quote. I'll just read from Prabhupada what he said. So Prabhupada, this is December 6, 1973, Los Angeles morning walk. So he's saying, and our thankless task, just like a blind man falling into the ditch, we say, no, don't go there, you will fall down. But he becomes angry. Why you are instructing me? That is our thankless task. So this one we are seeing from the life of Vidura, that how much he is tolerating. And Prabhupada many times he quote the verse Titiksha-karinika Surida Sarvadehinam Ajasatra Santa Sadhava Sadhu Bhusana. The devotees, they have to tolerate. What they have to tolerate? They have to tolerate not only these three modes of material nature, but this kind of people to whom he is preaching. Because that he knows that this is only the pleasure which I can give it to Lord Krishna. Because as we know that for a pure devotee, there is no question of coming to this material world, except he has some work to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Vidura, as he means like Yamarāja, when in the form of Vidura, he was in that position that, okay, he was trying to do some good, but he saw that he was not able to do it. So in his heart, he was always pained that how to do something good. As we see in the life of Jai and Vijay also, they had a desire to experience or to see the civility form or the Virya Ras of Lord Krishna. So they had a desire and Lord Krishna fulfilled it. So similarly here also, as Yamarāja had a desire and he has to come down. So coming down, but the problem was that he was cursed and he has to take birth as a son of maid servant. And as we are seeing that to whom he was giving advice, nobody was listening. Nobody was, means like Dhritarashtra and company, nobody was giving or paying any attention to what he was saying, although it was good for them. And that's what in that situation, he is now meeting the Maitreya Rishi, and Maitreya Rishi glorifying that yes, you have such a great parentage and you are being to this position. Still you don't have any grudge towards this all living entities, neither towards the higher authority, neither you are blaming the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are not saying that, Krishna, I took some service on behalf of you, because as you already said in Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yaktapsam Sarva Loko Maheswaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Yatvam Sati Mrichati. That you are actually the Suhrid. So the well-wisher, the greatest well-wisher is Lord Krishna. So Krishna cannot see that all the living entities suffer in this material world. So just in order to fulfill that wish, or to that prophecy of Lord Krishna, the devotees, they are coming down again and again so that these all living entities can get delivered. But in reward, I would say that what he received, a curse which he has not committed also. So that's why any high post, because in this material world, everyone likes to have this high post. But so much responsibility. We cannot escape it. And so much consequences. As Prabhupada gave one of the lecture on his Tirobhav Tithi. So he was explaining that yes, when we are in the greater or higher position, when we are committing some mistake, so the punishment is also very high. So just as a an alarming situation for us, that why we have to finish our all the business in the sense, this all material, whatever we are doing here, finish it and then immediately go back to Godhead. Otherwise, the more we are over here, the more we will be inflicted by others' mentality also. But as we are seeing, and Prabhupada also said, that when we are going to do something good to others, they don't understand it. And they feel that we are doing something wrong to them. And that's what happened. Because when we go and meet person and then we give books and we invite them to our temple, to our programs, and then they become perplexed. In one of the scenario, I remember in one of the youth festival when we conducted in Durgapur, so one of the boy, like we had many sessions before bringing them to this camp, and so means like first day went, and then the second day this boy, he came to me, and then he very silently is asking that you are giving very nice menu, but when is fish in the menu? So I was like, oh my God, this person he could not understand it, that he has come to some spiritual programs and I cannot give him fish also. And I'm not giving the sense like we are not supposed to give. So he is not able to understand. So this was the scenario that we are just trying to do some good to them, and they are just I would say that stuck with those nature, the modes of material nature where they are, and they are not able to come out. And how they will come out? Only by the Krishna Katha. When they will hear Krishna Katha again and again, their heart will be purified. Nasta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevya. So this all the anarthas will go away when they will hear the glories of Lord Krishna. And that's why Maitreya Rishi is glorifying that your questions are so good. As Bhakti Prem Maharaj already explained, the kind of question. And the more humble he is, because he is feeling himself totally unqualified to deliver all this jiva. Because as a devotee, we see that always they feel themselves very unqualified. One of the sloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kirāta hunandra pulinda pulkasa abhir sumbhaya vanaka sadaya yanne chapapa yad apasraya sraya sudhyanti tasmai prabha vishnave nama. This Kirat, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasa, Abhir, Sumbha, these all races, they all are addicted to the sinful activities or sinful reactions what they are performing. But they all will be delivered. How they will be delivered? By taking shelter of a pure devotee of Lord who has taken shelter of Lord Krishna. So Yamarāja, this is one of the Mahajan, who can be the great devotee. And that's why we see that yes, although he is in that position that he can deliver these all jivas, but he himself feeling totally unqualified. And not only he is feeling unqualified, just to purify himself also, he is coming to this Maitreya Rishi so that he can hear some Krishna Katha. And that will be beneficial for him and for this all Baddha Jivas. So now as this all, we are seeing as we are coming in the parampara, or we have to follow the Mahajan, as we say, Mahajano Ingata Sapanta. So the Mahajans, they are pained in their heart because they are seeing the suffering of this all Baddha Jivas. So what we can do? We can also join the hand. We can also preach this Krishna Katha to all the Baddha Jivas so that they can also go back to Godhead. But we have to pay the price also. We have to pay the price not in the sense that we have to. But we see that yes, if we want to deliver them, we have to genuinely actually develop these qualities. Titiksha, Karunika, Suhridasa, Dehina. These all qualities we have to develop. The first is Titiksha, that we have to tolerate. Until unless you tolerate the suffering or the nonsense of these living entities, you cannot lift them up. Because first of all, you have to make connection with these all Baddha Jivas. Because until unless you make connection with these Jivas, they will not come to your Krishna Katha. So very important that we become Ajat Satru. We don't have any enemy. And we become friend to everyone. And when we become friend to these kind of people, we have to leave our all the comforts. We have to leave our all the whatever rights we feel that, oh, this right, that right. And that's what we see, these all Mahajans, that how they have delivered. Already we saw the example of Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. That how much they are the Supreme Personality, Godhead. Means like Nityananda Prabhu, and he himself is coming to deliver this Jagai Madai is another. But they are not interested. They are not interested. Rather they are running behind to chase away Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. So as we are the follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we also take the message and we feel ourselves that yes, that we are just unqualified, but we are having only the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Updesh, that we have to give this message of Lord Chaitanya, the teachings of Lord Krishna. Then only they will get delivered. And for that we have to really become Trinadapi Suneshana Tarurapi Sahisuna Amanina Manadina Kirtanya Sadahari. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, this is the verse, means many devotees actually they say, this is the verse which we should wear like neck bead. Says as we are seeing that how we can do something good to others, when we are in that position, when we are feeling totally that yes, I am nothing, but I have this service to take the message of Lord Chaitanya and give others. Because it has the potency. I don't have a potency, but the message of Lord Chaitanya is so powerful that it can create a revolution in this heart of these all misdirected people. And that's what we see in the life of Srila Prabhupada. That how he took the message of Lord Krishna as a Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, the 3 volumes and the holy name. He took up and he went to the West and he gave to all, to whoever he met. Because he was having that much faith that yes, this holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam can bring the revolution in the heart of these all people. So we should have that much faith that yes, this is the process this will bring. And we should not get affected by all this kind of suffering, or I would say that the situation what happened with the Vidura or Yamarāja, that he has to get cursed and he has to come down. Because sometimes we may be in that situation, as we already saw the example of Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas. So yes, we can try our best and pray to Lord Krishna that give me the strength so that I can do some service to you. So as per according to our capacities, we should really do some work actually for spreading the message of Lord Chaitanya. So I would just conclude that what we discussed in today's class. So in today's verse we saw that yes, Vidura is having high parentage, but before that he was Yamarāja. But how he got cursed? Because his subjects did something which was not appropriate. So yes, this training and process has to go on lifelong. We have to get trained and we have to match with the mood of our master so that we can serve our master very nicely. And as the Baddha-jiva, we see that Vidura is asking various questions which is leading to the Krishna Katha. So as a devotee, we should also take the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give it to others. But definitely there will be some times which is not favorable for us. So for that we have to be prepared ourselves. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already said, we have to wear the neck bead of Trinadapi Sunichena. If we practice in that way, then definitely one day by the mercy of Lord Krishna and all acharyas, we can preach the message of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. So these were some of the thoughts on this sloka. So if any comments or reflections, you can say. I can give to Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for your lecture, and I really like the points you made, that we have to pray to Krishna sincerely to please engage me in this mission and service, and also how important it is that we develop the consciousness that this movement really has to become a revolution for the whole world. So thank you very much for that. I have a technical question also. I was wondering, when Vidura came, as Yamarāja came as Vidura, wasn't he in Yamaloka anymore? Or can he be like at many places simultaneously?
It is already, Prabhupada explained, Aryama was the person who was taking charge of the post till the time Vidura or Yamarāja was here in this material world.
Is it on?
So that was.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranam. I have one question that, as we all know that according to our past karma, we are suffering here. So and we also know that according to Bhakti Rasamaya Sindhu, we know that there are two kind of karma. One is parabdha and one is aparabdha. And we heard that by the pure devotion that all parabdha and aparabdha karma also go away. But we see even the Shuddha Vaishnava also suffering here. So in that matter, what we'll learn?
Okay, very nice question. That how to see that the pure devotees, they are suffering, because we know that the living entities, they are suffering due to their prarabdhas, their sinful reactions. And how to see, because pure devotees, they don't have any sinful reaction, isn't it? As by the teaching of Srila Prabhupada and different incidents which happened in this whole episode. So this is actually, it's not their sinful reactions. Actually, just to deliver these all living entities, they are taking these all reactions. I would say that the reactions of the Baddha Jiva, as one of the incident Prabhupada, he said that I created the good fortune of all of you because they were not having that much security. So this question was asked to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said that I created the Sukriti. Sukriti in the sense like when we are creating Sukriti, definitely they are passing their all sinful reaction also. Because one of the incident it is said that when we are in one of the area which is sinful, we share the sinful reactions of that area. You know. So when we are going to preach to this kind of sinful areas, so we take some of the reactions of that place also. So as in India, we see that as in the progress of modernization, we see various places non-veg shops are openly, and if you go to the Hyderabad, openly the beef shops are there. So you can just imagine that how much we have degraded, and definitely devotees are going to preach over there. It's not that they will leave the place, okay, because they are eating some beef or something, but they are getting inflicted with some of the reactions of that place. But they are taking voluntarily this sinful reaction. Why? Because this is pleasing to the Lord. As here already said, Vidura is knowing, this Yamarāja is also knowing that, you know, whatever happened. But this, what I say, Māṇḍavya Muni, he gave a curse. Similarly, in the life of Jai Vijay also, they were cursed. Because in one sense we see that, okay, this Jai Vijay's duty was to guard the gate, not allow someone who is not authorized. So in one sense he was a correct person, but he was cursed. So he took as a blessings actually, that he had Lord Krishna. So Prabhupada also, in the advanced age also, he took up the message to West, as one of the explained that sannyasi, they should not cross the ocean, but Prabhupada took the risk. So devotees, they are always taking the risk to save the fallen condition. So this is actually their reaction, not his reaction. So that's what my understanding. Hare Krishna. Backside, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class.
Can you get little closer so that I can hear?
Thank you for the wonderful class. Thank you for highlighting the importance of humility. What steps can one take to develop humility? And what activities can one do to develop this quality of humility for someone who's trying to become a devotee?
As far as I understood that you are saying that how to develop the mood of genuine humility. Am I correct? I'm just giving one of the example which happened to various devotees, and they said to us that what is required actually we should do that. We should not think about our post and position. That okay, for this preaching I am a like temple president or something, so I should not do this job. If it is the requirement, then I should do it without having any reservation. And definitely, as it is said also, that when we are serving the great soul, Mahat, then gradually we are getting purified. The more we get purified, the natural humility will come. The humility is not coming because still the contaminations are there with us. Otherwise, those who are pure devotee, we see that they are naturally humble. We don't have to say that, Prabhuji, you become humble. They are humble. So if we become more pure, then we will become more humble. So that's what my small understanding on that. So Sridevi Mataji is the next.
Thank you, Prabhu, for such a wonderful class. I really like the point which you mentioned that Lord Chaitanya wants this movement to be spread all over so that we can have, peace, prosperity, and gradual spiritual progress for everyone. So that golden age, that Satya Yuga age, we cannot even imagine what that is like because we are living in such a degraded age. As you pointed out, the beef shops in Hyderabad, like this, everywhere. Liquor dens, gambling houses, brothels, casinos, everywhere. And so the degradation is considered normal and saintly life is considered abnormal, even by our own family and relatives sometimes. So this vision of this golden age, I believe that we should always be striving towards that, but we must also know what that is. So if you will kindly allow me to read a quote from Srila Prabhupada describing what is this saintly rule of Lord Ramachandra, Satya Yuga. I will just, if you don't mind. When Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was the king of this world, all bodily and mental suffering, disease, old age, bereavement, lamentation, distress, fear and fatigue were completely absent. There was even no death for those who did not want it. All these facilities existed because of Lord Ramachandra's presence as the king of the entire world. So this kind of saintly rule will change the world. And so, as you rightly said, everyone has to take up this mission of Krishna consciousness. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So let's stop here.